Hey guys, what's up? It's Kyle here. I just made a video of a new series that I would like to do, or series of videos that I like to do, called Under the Microscope. So check out the first of these series of videos that I'll be doing, where I get my in-depth looks on Cody Rhodes. This one is going to be another Under the Microscope video. I have time to make another one. And this video is going to be about Dolph Ziggler, and what I think about Dolph Ziggler in this current push that he's getting. Dolph Ziggler to me is someone I've had an eye out for a while. But for the last 2 years when he's in WWE, he started off. Everyone knows he started off from the Spirit Squad, just a ridiculous. I don't know if you want to call them even a faction or a group, but just a very funny, just a very ridiculous group, really. The Spirit Squad. Not Cody Rhodes, but Dolph Ziggler started off from that, and then once the Spirit Squad went downhill, we never got to see Dolph Ziggler again over the next 2-3 years after that. And then Dolph Ziggler comes in 2009, and it was funny. A lot of people found this to be annoying, but I kind of liked it when Dolph Ziggler first made his official debut in WWE as a solo wrestler, introducing himself and saying, "Hi, I'm Dolph Ziggler." He just shakes people's hands. And this went on for like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Of Dolph Ziggler just introducing himself. And I remember a time, it was back in Chicago in 2009, an episode of Raw. This on the same show of Raw. This was when CM Punk won the Intercontinental Championship for the first time, and this was when Vince McMahon had made his triumphant return and got kicked in the skull by Randy. The same night, Dolph Ziggler. This was my first time I got to see Dolph Ziggler actually wrestle live in person. And I think it was R-Truth he was facing that night. I'm not sure. I think he was facing. And he went, "Hi, I'm Dolph Ziggler." And everyone in the crowd was like, "Who?" It's like, "I'm Dolph Ziggler." Like, "Who?" "I'm Dolph Ziggler." Just awesome, funny time there. But even then, I could see Dolph Ziggler had potential, and he was a really good wrestler. From then on, Dolph Ziggler went on to become the Intercontinental Champion, and I thought he was kind of booked poorly as the Intercontinental Champion. And I thought his whole feud with Rey Mysterio, it was decent, but I think I don't know what pay-per-view it was. Maybe it was SummerSlam or Night of Champions back in 2009, where he had the run with Mysterio. He should have won the Intercontinental belt that time because Dolph Ziggler was getting like hot then, but WWE didn't capitalize on him at that time. But when he did finally get the IC belt, it really wasn't. I was actually expecting Dolph Ziggler to bring prestige back to the Intercontinental Championship when he won it, but he really didn't because they kind of put him on the back burner after he won the IC belt. From then on, leading up to the beginning year of 2010, Dolph Ziggler had fantastic match with Randy Orton. Not Randy Orton, but Edge, having a feud there with Edge. And had his first world title shot. And even though really I wouldn't count it as a bang, but it's already in the record books, Dolph Ziggler, I guess you could say, became a world champion. On one of the episodes of SmackDown, they kind of screwed Edge over a bit, and he was world champion for like 2 minutes. So yeah, like I said, I don't consider it to be his first world title run, but they have it in the record books as Dolph Ziggler as a former world heavyweight champion. And then from there, Dolph Ziggler just kind of slowed down just a little bit after the Royal Rumble match he had with Edge and the feud that he had a couple of months after. He just kind of slowed down. And then they paired him with Vicky Guerrero and Vicky. And even though he was with Vicky still during the whole Edge thing, but just after that, him being from Vicky being her man, from him going to being Vicky's man to her just business partner, that's when Dolph Ziggler started to pick up again. This year alone, I have to say, besides Cody, this has been the year of Dolph in terms of him coming up the ranks again and getting him really just a big push. I like Dolph Ziggler a lot. Dolph Ziggler to me has an interesting look. I think anybody can tell you, when you look at Dolph Ziggler looks a lot like Curt Hennig, aka Mr. Perfect. With the beach blonde hair, and not even just the hair, but the facial features he kind of favors. If you didn't know Mike McGillicuddy was Mr. Perfect's son, you would have thought Dolph Ziggler was Curt Hennig's son. If you didn't know that, hands down, he looks a lot like Curt Hennig, and not just with the blonde hair, but even the facial features as well. Dolph Ziggler, to me, lately over the past 4 months since becoming the U.S. champ, has just been. He's really progressed a lot, He's had fantastic matches over the last, 2 to 3 months, with Randy Orton, CM Punk 2 weeks ago. He did double work on 2 pay-per-views back to back, Vengeance and the Survivor Series. So, Dolph is really, he's a workhorse. He really is. To me, I think Dolph Ziggler is one of the few wrestlers in the WWE currently today who's like, I would consider an actual wrestler, a real wrestler. To me, when I watch Dolph Ziggler in the ring, Dolph Ziggler has a certain art form that's really kind of rare and unique, and you don't really find in today's wrestling with a lot of the wrestlers of today. That I think makes Dolph Ziggler just an extra special. Dolph Ziggler has that. The way Dolph Ziggler works and moves around in the ring, it's like that of an old school veteran, almost kind of like. And like I said, you don't really see that a lot with young wrestlers in this generation. And to me, Dolph Ziggler, I've said it for quite a while, I think Dolph Ziggler is also one of the best, most believable wrestlers in terms of. Dolph Ziggler can buy a punch, He can buy a punch, he can buy, not buy, but he can sell. He can sell a punch, he could sell a RKO, he can sell a Zack Ryder's Rump Rider. I think Dolph Ziggler is the best seller in the WWE today, right now. Because, like I said, Dolph Ziggler has a way of moving around in the ring and act as if, you've beaten the holy hell out of him. I mean, Dolph Ziggler sells so well, where he plays off very well to the point where not only are you impressed with him, but you kind of become impressed, and it kind of gives credit towards, the person who he's in the ring with. So I think this is a lot about Dolph Ziggler, not just him himself, but just the fact of how well he sells, that it makes the other person he's in the ring with look pretty good. And once again, that's another, like I said, an art form that I think that's been missing from the WWE, or that's been missing in wrestling for a long time. Where you have someone who can not only give, but who can also take. And probably the only person I can think who's probably on that same level is in Austin Aries, where Austin Aries is kind of like that too, where he can sell the move. He can dish out as much as he can also take. So these are just my thoughts on Dolph Ziggler. Lately, Dolph Ziggler, I think you can see the fire in Dolph Ziggler's eyes when he cuts promos and talks about how he's the best and how he's just confident, or he's just cocky, whatever the kind of gimmick they have him going on now, and just being arrogant. You actually can see the passion and the hunger and the fire in this guy's eyes. Dolph Ziggler is going to be a major breakout star in the WWE. Dolph Ziggler is one of 5 of the shining spots in WWE for me. Like I said, when Dolph Ziggler first came and debuted in 2009, I knew this kid, he was special. I didn't know how special he was going to be, but I knew he had something. He had an interesting look to him. And even my friend Mark, who's not the biggest Dolph Ziggler fan, when he watched Dolph Ziggler had that fantastic match with John Morrison in Survivor Series. He called me up. He's like, dude, I just saw this match. He's like, dude, Dolph Ziggler's really good. He's like, I'm starting to like Dolph Ziggler now. I'm like, see, I told you. I'm like, I told you. This guy has something. And then at that fall, and then that next night he had a fantastic match with CM Punk, another great main event caliber match, went toe to toe with this guy. Once again, Dolph Ziggler just keeps bringing in the doubters and the naysayers. He just keeps bringing them in over into his side. So yeah, I like Dolph Ziggler a lot. And like I mentioned in my Under the Scope video, or in-depth look at Cody Rhodes, and how I mentioned Cody Rhodes, I predict will be a Money in the Bank winner next year. I also predict Dolph Ziggler will be a Money in the Bank winner next year on the Raw show. That's what I strongly believe, because right now Ziggler and Cody Rhodes are probably the two top mid-card guys, and I can actually see both of these guys winning the Money in the Bank ladder matches for their respective brands. So let me know what you guys think about this topic. What do you guys think about Dolph Ziggler? Do you like him? Are you impressed with him? You do not like him? What do you think about my topics and views and points I brought out about Dolph Ziggler? Comment, subscribe. Peace.